All right, welcome back. Some breaking news coming in. So there has been a breach in the Prime Minister's roadshow, which was happening there in Karnataka. So we're getting to know that a man has tried to attempt and he tried to breach the security cordon. That's the latest coming in. This is the big news coming in. There was an attempt to breach the Prime Minister's security. And the news coming in right now is that the man has tried to bypass the security cover, which was made. Imran, my colleague on the phone line with us. Imran, give us more details on the same. All right, Imran will be joining us shortly on the phone line. We seem to be having an issue with that phone line, but that's the big news coming in. There was an apparent lapse in the Prime Minister's security during his roadshow. A man broke the barricade and he tried to approach the Prime Minister. Neha, my colleague on the phone line with us. Neha, give us more details really on this incident. Extremely worrying news coming in that there was a possible lapse in the Prime Minister's security today during his roadshow in Karnataka.
Well, yes, in fact, this happens to be a man over here who attempted to breach the Prime Minister's security but was apprehended by the local police and one of the SPGs of the Prime Minister. We understand that this happened while the Prime Minister was, undertaking his roadshow in Davanagere district of Karnataka, where he was attending the BJP's event over here, the mega convention that was organized. This person over here in concern happens to be a resident of Koppal, is what the police says. Now, we've also managed to get in a statement here, an official statement from, the DGP of Law and Order of Karnataka, who goes on to say that this person over here, the boy, broke the barricades, and while he attempted to breach the Prime Minister's security, he was apprehended by the local police and handed over to them immediately, with the Prime Minister continuing with his roadshow.
All right, Neha, stay with us. We're also being joined by Pranesh, and he's going to give us a blow-by-blow account of exactly what had happened. Pranesh, take us through these visuals. Exactly how did a so-called lapse possibly take place in the Prime Minister's security during his roadshow in Karnataka?
Usually, this is absolutely foolproof. There shouldn't have been this breach or the attempted breach. Just to be very careful with the words that I'm using. But if you see what's going on, and let's play this video from beginning. This is a long shot in which you can see this pilot vehicle that has the camera team that is covering PM's roadshow. Now, on this open jeep, I can see Prime Minister Modi. There is the Karnataka Chief Minister Bommai, and there is also former Karnataka Chief Minister B.S. Yediyurappa. You have these SPG security guards in black safari or dark grey safari. You have the police in uniform there guarding the convoy or the roadshow of PM Modi, and it is towards here. You see someone is actually filming the roadshow, and then you see a person enters the frame and recklessly, this is that man, and let's freeze the frame here. You see the man, here he is. You see him, and here he comes in the frame. 4 steps, and the SPG guards know that something is amiss, and all of them then assemble, catch hold of him, and we are being told that he has been apprehended, and as is the due process, he will be questioned, his credentials will be ascertained, he will be asked why he did what he did. So as of now, we don't know what was the motivation. Who is the man? We do not even have the identity of the man because of the information that Imran and Neha have sent us. All we know at this point is that this was an attempted breach, and you would remember something like this had happened in PM's roadshow in Hubli also. So as time goes by, we will have more information on what has happened. But let's go over the video once again. There you see the man running towards the open jeep in which the Prime Minister is there. Then the cops catch hold of him, and then he's overpowered and taken away. And the commotion ends there. What happened after that? We'll have to wait for more details. Right. And as and when we have details, we will update our viewers. Meenakshi.
All right. Meanwhile, let me go back to Neha. So, Neha, we're getting to know that the ADGP Law and Order has managed to apprehend the person who allegedly breached the Prime Minister's security. Do we have any more details trickling in about this entire incident, if not the identity of the person, but really exactly when and where this incident took place?
Well, yes. In fact, this happens as the Prime Minister was undertaking his roadshow inside the venue, is what we're given to understand. You can see that, around the Prime Minister, while all of the people have been, kept at a safe distance, here you have just this one person who's broken the barricades over there and attempted to breach the security. But of course, he was stopped well within time by the local police as well as the SPG of the Prime Minister. And with that being said, we're also given to understand that he has been handed over now to the local police.
Okay.
And as far
Okay, Neha, hold on to that thought. We are also being joined by SP Vaid and also Vikram Singh, both former cops, top cops who have worked for the country. I'm going to first go across to Vikram Singh. Vikram Singh, sir, thank you for joining us. First of all, on Times. What do you have to say about this alleged security breach which took place as the Prime Minister's convoy's roadshow was taking place in Karnataka?
This is a very serious matter. A breach in the Prime Minister's security is something of grave concern, not only for Karnataka, but for the whole country. And I do hope that the Karnataka police, the IB, and other intelligence agencies are working about it, and the person is thoroughly interrogated. How could they allow this lapse to happen in the backdrop of what has happened earlier also, not only in Karnataka, but in Punjab?
Yes.
Punjab, the Chief Secretary and the DGP and other officers are being taken to task. This should have been a lesson for everybody in the country. But
well,
I don't think that they were fully equal to the task, and that is why this lapse has happened.
And we don't know much about the identity of the man or his motivations, but SP Vaid, if you could come in here, sir, what really help us understand, simplify this for our viewers? What is the procedure which is usually followed when you have such a VIP convoy passing by? This is the roadshow of none other than the Prime Minister himself, so there must be multiple layers.
Hello.
Yes, Mr. Vaid. Go ahead, please, sir.
Yeah, as Bikram Singh Saab said, I completely agree with him. It's a very serious matter, particularly in view of what happened in the past. And, already in Punjab, the DGP and Chief Secretary and many other officers are facing disciplinary action. And I think multi-layer security
Yes.
has to be in position. And this breach should not have happened. I hope the local police is careful in future in Karnataka, and this man who has been apprehended should be interrogated. We must understand the Honorable Prime Minister is a very popular figure in the country, and so many young boys and girls who are so impressed with him would like to be close to him. But then, as security agencies, we can't afford any harm happening to him, and in today's
Okay, and that's a very important. Absolutely, SP Vaid, sir, this is a very important point which you make. Vikram Singh, if you could come in here, it's as SP Vaid said, there is a big possibility, sir, that the man who rushed towards the PM's convoy possibly could be an admirer. But end of the day, it's extremely serious. We're speaking about the security of the Prime Minister of the country, and it looks like, going by the visuals, that there was an obvious and palpable security breach, and that the police, could have better protected the Prime Minister during the roadshow, considering that one knows, the level of popularity the Prime Minister enjoys.
Absolutely, I totally agree with Mr. SP Vaid Sahab. And indeed, the Prime Minister security is of the topmost concern. And this breach, such a breach cannot in any way be acceptable. This person not only should be interrogated thoroughly, but those who were responsible for giving fail-proof and foolproof security should also be taken to task as to how is to breach the security. And this has been happening. This is probably the third time that it has happened in the state of Karnataka. It is totally unacceptable. Agreed, the PM is very popular, but that does not entitle anyone to breach the security protocols.
Dr. SP Vaid, would you like to add something to this? You were telling us about the exact procedure which is followed earlier, sir. But what more do you think could have been done possibly to ensure that such an untoward incident does not take place? Obviously, thankfully, the Prime Minister is safe. The man who rushed towards him has been apprehended. Possibly, he had no ill intentions. But certainly, it's a massive security breach, something which needs to be looked into very seriously, sir.
Yes, see, there is inner cordon of SPG, then you have commandos deployed in the outer layer, then you have paramilitary deployment, another layer, then you have local police, the whole area has to be sanitized. We already have lost one prime minister in a suicidal human bomb.
Right.
If you recall, Honorable then ex-Prime Minister Mr. Rajiv Gandhi. So can this country afford, and particularly Mr. Modi, who faces so serious a threat from many terrorist outfits across the world?
Yes. And you're right, sir. We wouldn't want to speculate at the moment. We don't know really the antecedents or who this person was, why he leaped towards the Prime Minister. But there seems to be an attempted security breach, and it's a very serious matter. I thank both of you for joining us. We have, of course, some more information trickling in. Another piece of breaking information coming in. So the Karnataka police has now issued a statement now over this entire incident. This is very significant. Police has denied that there was any security breach. The Karnataka police says that the boy only attempted to break the barricade and he was immediately apprehended and given to the local police. My colleague Neha on the phone line with us. Neha, take us through the exact statement which has now been made by the Karnataka police as far as this entire incident is concerned.
Yes, in fact, you have the Karnataka police that's come forward now and said that there wasn't any breach per se, but there was just one boy who was seen breaking the barricades as he tried to approach the Prime Minister, even if it was a case of admiration here, like was pointed out earlier. Now, having said that, they've also gone on to say that he's been handed over to the local police. He happens to be a resident of Koppal district of Karnataka. This is important here to mention because the crowd that, in fact, was present at the event today was almost as high as about 5 lakhs. And with that being said, these are people who have come from various districts of Karnataka, not just from Davanagere alone. So this person here happened to be a resident of Koppal district of Karnataka, neighboring Davanagere. And while he was apprehended at a safe distance, we really have to wait and see right now, since he's been handed over to the local police, how the questioning goes on.
All right, Neha, that's a statement coming in, of course, from the side of the Karnataka State Police. So the police has denied any sort of a security breach. For now, thank you for joining us with all these details. All right, we'll shift our focus now to the other big story of the day, which is related to none other